Day 1. Salvage ship the Wretched. Flight engineer Mackenzie reporting. The other crew members are dead, and the engines remain non-operational, though ship integrity remains good, and life support systems are still active. I successfully jettisoned the intruder from the airlock, but it remains alive and continues to try to access the ship. With a little luck, I can repair the distress beacon and somebody will pick me up. This is Mackenzie, the last survivor of the Wretched, signing off. Day 2. Salvage ship the Wretched. Flight engineer Mackenzie reporting. I dreamt about Veronica last night. We talked a couple days ago. She told me that she was gonna go home to her kids. They were staying with her grandparents because their father passed away in a salvage ship accident. Last thing I said to her, hope we don't go out like him. What a fucking stupid thing to say. I could have said anything else. I could have said, your kids sound lovely, or the grandparents sure must love them, or I don't know anything but what I did. I didn't sleep much after that. After a quick diagnostic scan, I realized one of the escape pods was broken, so I ejected it, hoping that the creature noticed and was distracted or something, or maybe it went with. I don't think it did. But hopefully it'll buy me another day or two. I don't know how many I'm going to need, but I'm going to need all of them. I wonder what it calls itself. Is it intelligent enough to do that? Is it even self-aware? Does it have language at all? I thought about that while I was working with the stress beacon. By some miracle, I got it active. And the communications array, too. It picked up some garbled chatter. I hope it's from a far-off vessel saying that heard my cry and it's coming to rescue me, but it may have just been the distress beacon itself. I couldn't make it out. By the time that I got the comms working and I picked up the signal, it was basically gone. I really hope somebody finds me. I don't want to die out here. Day 3. Salvage ship the Wretched. Flight engineer Mackenzie reporting. I had to let one of the lander modules go. I was hoping I could use that as an escape pod in the event that I have to jettison the other ones, but that lander had to go too. I tried patching it up, but when I realized that its engine was leaking, I realized I couldn't salvage it. It was a hazard to me and the ship. I wish I found out that sooner. Didn't spend my whole fucking day on that. On nothing. I hope it distracted the creature like that escape pod did. Just buy me one more day. Day 4. Salvage ship the Wretched. Flight engineer Mackenzie reporting. I decided I needed to rest today. I couldn't work on anything after I went down one of the long, straight corridors between the rooms in the ship. And there were these huge couches in the walls and floor. This was metal. These are titanium alloy solid plates, and it looks like the creature ripped through it like butter. I can see where its claws scraped through it. I think it's its claws anyway. It had claws and a really long tail. Maybe it was scraping its tail on the corridor too. There's some... It's like it's wrapping all around the corridor, going up the wall, across the ceiling, down, spiraling. God. Hold it together, Mackenzie. Tomorrow. I'm gonna get way more done tomorrow. Day 5. Salvage ship the Wretched. I got stuck on the damn bridge. Fucking hell. The door lock on the bridge, it failed and completely and locked me inside. I was in there for hours trying to get my way out. And all I could think about was the creature. That thing outside. When it was inside, I heard it. I didn't see it. I was hiding, so I didn't see it, but I heard it. I heard the way it tore through that metal. That sound grated against my ears. I heard my crewmates screaming. I heard Veronica screaming. It sounded like the creature was screaming too, but it wasn't human. It was like nails on a chalkboard. It was so loud. Even halfway across the ship, it was so loud. I could hear it moving outside the ship, too. I can hear it scraping on the hull. Fuck. So I didn't get anything done today at all. I tried repairing some of the structural damage it left inside, trying to, I don't know, make myself feel a little better. Walking down that one hall where it tore through it. I couldn't. It's not all a dead end for today, though. I was going through some old lockers for tools. It felt terrible. I felt like I was snooping, but in Veronica's work locker, I found her welding kit. She loved that thing to death. She called it Betty. Betty and Veronica. Yeah, like the old Archie comics. Didn't get a chance to use it today, but I hope I'll be able to tomorrow. I think Veronica would like that. Day 6. Salvage ship the Wretched. Flight engineer Mackenzie reporting. Fuck. There's mold in the food stores. The climate control system went on the fritz. And now there's mold. And talk about a third of the food. So that's great. I don't know how much I've got left. I don't know how much I had to begin with. I don't know how long it's going to last me, but now it's going to last me even less time. So I got a little desperate. I went on a quick spacewalk to boost the signal of my comm system, my distress beacon, and I got it. I got it. But I had to eject another fucking escape pod to do it. Distress beacons either side of the ship from the escape pods, so I blasted one out to get the creature over there. So now I have one less chance to get out of here if I need to take an escape pod, but I'm more likely to be found, right? Shit. When I was out there doing my spacewalk and boosting the signal, I swear I heard the creature on my ship comms. It scared me half to death. I thought it was right behind me. It made that nails on chalkboard sound right into my speakers. I don't know if it motivated me to do a faster job on the antenna or just made me want to get out of there sooner. But I got it done. And the first thing I did when I got back in the ship was tear out the ship comms. Not that I'm gonna be talking to anyone anyway. Who cares about my little hunk of junk in space anyway? Another problem to fix when I get saved. If I ever get fucking saved, I don't know. I might not even last that long. I made the mistake of walking past the officer's mess, and I swear I saw something in there. Something moved in there, out of the corner of my eye. I didn't see what it was, but in bodies, I swear. So I welded that room shut. Thanks, Betty. Fuck. I'm gonna die out here. I'm gonna die. But at least I won't be alone. I'll have the creature trying to get in and whatever the hell's in the mess. I'm gonna die. Oh, God. Day 7. Salvage ship the Wretched. Flight engineer Mackenzie reporting. I tried tearing the engine down and putting it back together again, but that was never... I don't know how to do that. I found some of the captain's old manuals about how the ship was put together, and hopefully I could have used that to tear it down and build it back up, but I may have caused more damage than I already was in. I could hear the creature outside the entire time I did it. I don't know how I can hear it, but I can. I know when it's near. I shouldn't be able to hear it. That hull is so thick, but I always know. And I found Veronica. She died holding the teddy bear her daughter gave her. I remember she told me about that. His name's Archie. Yes, like the comics. Her daughter loved those comics. Archie's gonna protect me now. He's the only thing keeping me alive. Sometimes I turn on the sensors and all the cameras and everything and just stare out at the darkness of empty space. I used to think space was so beautiful. All of the stars and gassy nebula and all of that. But now I'm just scared. I'm so far from everything. It's only me, that creature, and Archie out here. At least I'm not gonna die totally alone. Day 8. Salvage ship the Wretched. Flight engineer Mackenzie reporting. I keep having dreams about the creature. It goes to that airlock that it got ejected from and claws and scrapes and tears at it until it gets in. And then it comes for me. The thing is, it really does go back to that airlock. And it really does claw and scrape and tear at it. Is it actually getting in? I don't know how much of this is real anymore. Thinking about that made me a little paranoid. And I remembered when it was ejected, it went to the observatory where the glass windows are. I don't know how it realized, but that's the weakest part of the ship, besides the airlock now. Betty and I welded that up real good. Covered all the windows with plates. And sealed that room off. Not that I wanted to look out at the emptiness of space anyway. I have the sensors for that. But the sensors aren't so empty right now. I had to cannibalize the backup generator after we lost power. We have power, but now we don't have a backup anymore. And when I brought power back on and I looked at the sensors and making sure everything was fine, the outside relays, they saw something big out there. Maybe it's nothing. I hope it's nothing, but it just periodically shows up and disappears every few hours. Every time I look at it, it's gone. And I'll get a ping, and I'll look, and it's there, and I can't make it out. There's not enough detail. I just know that it's big. And then it's gone. Maybe I'm dreaming about that too. I don't know. But if it ever does come over here, Archie will protect me. He has so far. He's the one who told me to weld up the windows in the observatory. That was a good idea, Archie. Thank you. Day 9. Salvage ship the Wretched. Flight engineer Mackenzie reporting. I found a rifle today. Captain Deneen was holding it. It's mine now. I have a gun. I think I can fight the creature now. I'm gonna blast its head off if it gets in here. Day 10. Salvage ship the Wretched. Flight engineer Mackenzie reporting. These are the 5 best places to hide on the ship to ambush the creature when it gets on here. Number 5. A locker. Classic hiding spot. Number 4. In the med bay. That way, after I kill the creature, if it scratches me, I can just patch myself up. Number 3. In the crew's quarters. So that, after I kill the creature, I can just go right to sleep. And number 2, on the bridge, because then I can get out of here. I can kill the creature, and I can get out of here, because I will have repaired the engine by that time. Yeah. I'm gonna repair the engine. I'm gonna kill the creature, and I'm gonna fly out of here, and I'm gonna go home. And number 1 is the weapons cache. I had to take Captain Deneen's ID to get in there, but I got in there, and now I can go in the weapons cache. But I don't need any of the weapons in there. I have Lockheed. That's what I'm calling this rifle. It's the only one I need, and I can get in there, and it's the most secure part of the ship. So that way, I don't even need to kill the creature. I can just sit in there and wait. Or maybe it'll think I'm gone, and then I will stalk it like it stalks me. I'm gonna drag it out. I'm gonna let it think that I'm not gonna kill it. I'm gonna think that maybe I'm just toying with it, and then, and only then, I'm gonna kill that damn thing. And I'm gonna get out of here alive. Day 11. Salvage ship the Wretched. Flight engineer Mackenzie reporting. Carter told us about this. My bunkmate. When I had bunkmates, he had a dream just a few days before the thing came onto the ship. It was exactly like how he described. Not that any of us listened to him. It was just a dream, Carter. Dreams aren't real. I don't think it was just a dream anymore. realized that the oxygen system shut itself off earlier. Earlier, like a few days ago. That explains my last couple logs to an extent. I don't know what shut the oxygen system off, but something must have. But I found something while I was repairing it. It's this long, curved thing. It's pure black. It's like metal. It feels like metal, but it's not. It's from the thing outside. And it was in the room with the oxygen system switch. I can't explain it. But I have noticed that while I was repairing the oxygen system, I was saying to myself, I will not die. I will not die. I started saying it just subconsciously, I guess. Turned into a habit I didn't even notice, but I'm gonna actually say it. Like, that is just to keep myself sane, I guess. Remind me what I'm doing, why I'm repairing the ship, why I'm making sure the creature doesn't get in, why I'm carrying this stuffed animal and gun and welding kit around with me. Because I will not die. I will not die. Day 12. Salvage ship the Wretched. Flight engineer Mackenzie reporting. I disabled the proximity alarms because the creature kept setting them off. It was driving me up the wall. I couldn't take it anymore. First it was the scraping and the clawing, and then it was the blaring, and I can't stop the scraping, but I could stop the alarm. But now I don't have a proximity alarm. I guess if anything else gets that close, I'm basically just dead anyway. I found Veronica's journal. She just wanted to go home and see her kids again. Fuck. Those poor kids don't have any parents now. I just can't imagine. I don't even know if they're gonna find out what happened to their mom. I didn't do anything else today. I just couldn't. I barely had the energy to eat. I will not die. Day 13. Salvage ship the Wretched. Flight engineer Mackenzie reporting. I gathered up the bodies that I could. Veronica, Deneen, Carter, everyone else I could find. Moved them all to the working airlock. I know I have to get rid of them. But I just couldn't. I couldn't bring myself to do it. Part of me hoped I would just... Part of me wanted to just throw myself in that airlock with them and... Part of me hoped that the airlock would fail and it would suck me out and kill me then. Or just that the ship would blow up and... I couldn't do it. I will not die. Day 14. Salvage ship the Wretched. Flight engineer Mackenzie reporting. I decided to clean up the crew quarters. I haven't been sleeping there anyway. But it was probably the safest part of the ship to be in if the creature gets on. That's where most of the crew were all gathered up when it got on, and that's where most of the bodies were that I cleaned out yesterday. It looks better, I guess. It looks like there was never a creature on the ship in the first place. If you ignore the scratches and the blood and everything else that I couldn't get, because I just... Fuck. I'm starting to think they were the lucky ones. I will not die. I believe it less every time I say it. I am going to die. The life support system has failed entirely. It was making an unhealthy grinding noise and then stopped. And while I was performing routine repairs on the engine, it caught fire. I couldn't suppress it, so I jettisoned the engine out entirely. But doing that left just a large enough window for it to get in. And this entire time, I've been here, stranded with the creature outside. There's been an oxygen leak. I don't know if it was an asteroid impact that blew a hole in it, or the creature tore a hole into the hull somehow and didn't notice, but oxygen levels are critically low. Without life support, I have maybe 5 hours before I'll start to pass out. If I slow my breathing down, that is. And also, that's assuming that the creature doesn't kill me first. I can hear it scurrying around the ship. I'm in the airlock with Veronica and Deneen and Carter and everyone else I could find. And I have Archie and Betty and Lockheed here with me too. I'm going to set a timer for the airlock to jettison in 1 minute. I'm gonna say my last goodbyes to everybody. And I'm going to die. I am going to die. This has been Mackenzie of The Wretched, signing off for the very last time. If you found this, if you hear this message, blow this fucking ship to shreds. Don't leave any part of it behind. I hope you take that thing with it.